And so I'm the person with the camera going up in the trees to get the good shots, and down in the longkang to get the good shots, whichever is the best. So what happened to me was that I had a ski accident where my ski went one way, my knee went the other way, and I had to have knee operation. So that really impaired my ability to work, and with that made my lifestyle from being fairly active to a sedentary lifestyle. So because of that, I had developed allergies to post-surgery complications, I had hormonal issues, and throughout that whole ordeal, I put on 20 kilos. It is not fun. It's actually quite painful. I couldn't bend over to tie my shoelace without hurting, without having difficulty breathing. And with that, I decided to really look into healthcare. And the difference between everything, trust me, I have tried. I spent close to 20,000 ringgit in Malaysia trying to find a way to reduce the weight, to improve my health. I went to gym memberships. So how many of you had gym memberships before? The key word, before. Or have had gym memberships, or January is really the best day or the best time to have gym membership sales, and then 3 months later you discontinue, right? So that's kind of what I did. I mean, I spent 5 hours a day at the gym with a personal trainer, spent money at spas, slimming spas, really trying to shed the weight, and I could not shed the weight. What I found with, of course, with the Malaysian food, my visceral fat started to increase, and I was pre-diabetic at 24. Right? So this is actually a bit of a life story. So now I have actually got a pretty firm foundation in nutrition, and I've changed my career obviously from camera operating to a weight management consultant. Now before I begin my presentation, I'd like you to watch a video if that's okay. So how many of you know somebody who's headed down that road? You really don't know somebody? Yeah, I see a couple of hands going, maybe a family member. Now, the importance of weight is no longer something I need to fit into. I don't need to. I really want to fit into a size 8. It's no longer materialistic. It is actually health. So this is what's happening right now. Visceral fat. We're no longer worried about our subcutaneous fat, but the visceral fat within our bodies. So just now, the gentleman from Intel and IBM earlier on spoke about healthcare and healthcare providers and how we can actually now look at visceral fat. Now this is subcutaneous fat, fat that is surrounding your body, the one that you can pinch on the outside. But subcutaneous fat, visceral fat, is the fat that is surrounding your vital organs. Now, if you are interested to find out exactly how much visceral fat you have surrounding your vital organs, you can always come by to our booth. We're giving out free body composition analysis. But these are the pillars that is happening in Malaysia right now. This is what is causing people who are in their 20s, in their 40s, in their 30s to develop diabetes, high blood pressure, chronic fatigue syndrome, and all those other chronic diseases all come from visceral fat. And visceral fat is 100% from what you eat. You cannot exercise visceral fat weight. Okay? Now, I love to eat. I came to Penang yesterday from KL, and I already had my cheese naan and nasi kandar ratu. And I was told it was a must-have. So our program basically, is not to say you can't eat these things. You can, just in moderation. Right? So if the rest of you have any other recommendations, I would love. So this is what's happening in Malaysia right now, okay? So right now we are experiencing obesity. 2 in 5 Malaysian adults are overweight or obese. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an alarming state. And because of that, we are now the fattest nation in Asia. This is an outdated, this is now, it is now 45.3% of our population. So with 27 million? 27 million. So out of 45%, nearly half of our population are overweight. So healthcare industry is really the best place to be right now. So even the government is shining their spotlight onto healthcare and fitness. Back when I was in school, in the 90s, all the campaigns from the government was anti-dada or anti-smoking ads. You know, some of you are laughing, so I know you guys understand me. But now, in the year 2000 onwards, we're talking about healthcare, Fit Malaysia, Jom Fit, all these kind of campaigns given by the government to shine the spotlight onto our youth. And now, Fortune magazine writes, "Is fat the next tobacco?" Basically, fat is the next killer. We used to say, if you smoke, and you will definitely, most likely get cancer. You can die from smoking. Now it is actually, we can say, you can die from being fat. And this is something that we need to, this is closer to home. Trust me, 32 policemen die a month from January to June, not from catching crime. They're dying trying to catch crime. This is and these are supposed to be our model citizens, and this is the best of the best people that we can, and they're looking like that. I'm telling you, it is not hard. Just go to the bus, any public transportation, you'll be able to find obese people. Okay, so obese. Okay, most of them really want to lose weight. So surveys reveals that 58% want to shed kilos. So that's good, right? So what do? We take the two best things: their food and their cell phone. These are the two things the Malaysians really, really love. They sit, they eat their food, they're on your phone. So they like to take, the good thing is that now people are starting to be aware about weight management and how to live healthier. And these are the top 4 apps that are currently used. They go to Pinterest in order to look for healthy recipes. Parents are now doing a lot of Pinterest parties where they have healthy recipes for their kids for their birthday parties. You've got Twitter where you can follow your celebrities' lifestyle. The celebrities' yoga ritual, for example, or your celebrities, your favorite mentors' eating habits or meal plans. And then we've also got Facebook, where there's tons and tons and tons of healthy eating blogs. I myself have one of those, which we have followers. And then people follow, and people look for healthy recipes. They also share their ideas. Then of course we have Instagram. Who likes to take photos of your food? Liars. Right? Especially when they go out to fancy restaurants and see that nice little, your presentation, the prettier the presentation, this is where you share your food intake platform. And those of us who do not take photos, we most of the time go and scroll the food section of the Instagram, right? And we go, ooh, that restaurant is really nice, I want to go there. So these are basically the platforms that we use in Narrowing Living in order to promote better eating, healthy eating, for a better lifestyle. So, okay, everybody take note. Water intake. Basically, as long as you have these three that you target, you are on your way to good health. Water. Males, you guys need to drink 3 liters of water. Women, 2.2 liters. And I'm not talking about DOIC mile. I'm not talking about teh tarik. I know those are liquid, but that's not water. Okay, you can't cheat. You need actual water. Now maybe if you know what water does for your body, you'll be able to be more inclined to drink it. Water transports fat to your poop. So would you be more likely to drink water now? The water crystals right there. Steps. We want to talk about taking 10,000 steps a day. So guys and girls are all the same calorie intake. Now here's the difference. Sedentary lifestyle means that we have an office job. We don't really exercise much. We maybe have 10 minutes of moderate activity a day. Moderately active is if you actually go out. So salespeople, you tend to be more at the moderately active because you're actually going out. And active, of course, if you are a avid gym goer, runner, marathon runner, and so on. Problem is, we are mostly sedentary lifestyle, but we eat like we're having an active lifestyle. And I see some people snickering at the back already. Right, so that's really where the problem starts. So these are the apps. These are the top apps that people are using that is free, available at their fingertips in order to help them track their health. The first one is MyFitnessPal. Now, MyFitnessPal is actually used by some universities. They actually collaborated and put all sorts of foods from different countries, different nations, and they put it into their database so that they can actually check, how much. For example, our Subway, if you put in Malaysian Subway, you can probably see your calorie intake with your salt intake, your sugar, how much protein, etc. It's all broken down. So we have Penang Laksa, it's also in there. So this database specifically is very, very complete. Then we have Runkeeper. people who are joggers, walkers. You can track this and share on your social network as well, your preferred social network. So you've got a GPS on your phone that tracks where you run, and then you can share your progress on Facebook. Next, we have the 7-minute workout by Johnson & Johnson, where they basically teach you, it's basically like HIIT. And then we have, different companies doing different trackings on fat burning, yoga, these are your yoga apps, so now I'm going really fast, but I'm running out of time. Waddle log. So waddle log is something that helps you, it sends you a reminder on your phone to drink water. Okay? So, Nurture Living. So what do? So Nurture Living basically provides wellness trainings based on healthy eating workshops to corporate companies. So why corporate companies? Now, the working class spends an average of 10 hours out of the home. We're supposed to be spending about 8 hours, but in Malaysian times, with traffic, you're looking at about 10 hours outside the house, which means 2 out of your 3 meals is spent out of home, at the office. So peer pressure sets in. How many of you have gone on a diet before, tried to stick on your diet, then when you go out to have lunch with your colleagues, they say, hey, jom makan nasi kandar. Or jom makan cheese naan. Right? So it's hard to keep up alone. So because of this, peer pressure sets in. Companies gain more by healthy employees. Think about it. Your insurance, the premium that you pay out because your staff is taking sick leave or having to take paid leave because they have MC, it will lower the cost of insurance premium and they have less paid leave. And of course, you have your valuable players playing at tip-top condition at all times when they've got good health. Now, our forte. This is where we specialize. We focus on building the lean muscles in the body to ensure long-term results with no rebound. We work with the only weight management program in the world that actually targets the gene expressions, and we provide psychological and mental support needed for sustainable health and lifestyle. Now, the top two, I understand, has absolutely nothing to do with connected health, but the last one, this is where the bulk of our success actually comes in. So our mission is to be the leading coaches of healthy eating. Basically, our aim is to help Malaysians shed 1 million kilos of body fat and to rebrand Malaysia to be the healthiest country in Asia. Okay? So the next bull trend is not in property or finance. It's basically talk about genetic science. So the technology that we have actually has been on the Discovery Channel. And this is one of the tools that we use. This is a wearable sensory called Mitria IH1. Now you wear this for 7 days. 7 days to collect all sorts of data. It uploads about 5,000 data bits per minute. Right? And then after these 7 days, you can actually have this, it will be uploaded online. You can send either the PDF or you can get your doctor to log on to the site and he will be able to see all your lifestyle, basically like just now you say, you can't cheat. Your steps, your body temperature, whether you're active or not, how much calorie you're burning, just by standing here and speaking, how much calorie am I burning. This morning when I brush my teeth, how much calorie am I burning? You can actually pinpoint it down to the day, to the minute, right? Now, this is where the other sensory is really where we set up against the rest, the sleep tracker. Because it's able to look at your body temperature, it will be able to look at your sleep patterns. Whether you have sleep apnea. Now, if you were to do this in sleep lab, it'll cost you close to 3,000 to 4,000 ringgit and a sleep lab, right? And that's just for 1 or 2 nights. Whereas you wear this for 7 days, it'll be stuck on you, so you can shower with it. All these information will be then put up, will be analyzed, and then you've got a panel of doctors who will be able to read up and go through the information with you to see if you really do have sleep apnea and how to treat it, so on and so forth. So this is a screenshot that we had online. So of course, the start of it, you've got your user info. You can set your target. Then you've got your daily view, your weekly view, and then the summary. And of course, you can print it out or email the PDF to your physician. So this is a very, very useful tool that really helps us. And it's, again, wireless. So you can have, let's say, I'm in KL, I'm a physician in Penang. It's really easy for my physician to then check up on my info and tell me what's the best next step, right? So the other one, who's got WhatsApp? Come on, everybody, who's got WhatsApp? There we go. Now, the reason why we use WhatsApp is because we decided to use something that everybody is familiar with. We're not just looking for people who are, IT savvy, like most of you, but we're also looking at people who are maybe on their 7 series, 6 series, 7 series, who maybe need a little bit more help, but at least they have WhatsApp. Now, what we do here, this is a screenshot of my phone, and my group, or a group of people from a company who have gone through the program. So what we provide is we provide 90 days transformation. That means you have a nutrition coach with you every meal of every day for 90 days. All right? So between 7 a.m. to 12 a.m., you'll have someone who will be able to guide what you're eating. If you were to do it with a nutritionist or a dietitian, you have to collect, you write a food diary, and then maybe you go back once a week, and then you'll have to have them, sit down and talk to you about what you should have done better. Whereas this will be real time. Okay? So we have a group of people in one chat room, so we do the coaching, and of course, these are our success stories. So Carl is actually the GM of Grand Dorset in Subang, and he's been like this since his 20s. He's now in his 40s. And after, the reason why we put 2011 and 2013 is to show that we're talking about long-term, no yo-yo results. Long-term lifestyle change that provide long-term sustainable results. And this is him, and he is now an avid marathon runner. We've got Nikki, who is a accountant or in the finance professional. She is 48 years old, by the way. 48 years old. And this is her when she was, I think, 45. Okay? So if you turn around and look for this gentleman at the back, this is my husband. Of course, I would have to put him in the program myself. This is when I dated him, and this is when I married him. I married someone younger than I dated. And I mean, we are basically a generation where we suffer from really bad eating habits given to us by our parents. And if you've watched the video before, that's basically where our generation is heading. And then, of course, this is Nellie. Nellie is a prison warden, and I would be an absolute hypocrite if I didn't do it myself. So I went from a size 16 to a size 10. Can you please get a round of applause? Thank you. And because everything is online, because the Mitra is being able to upload to your physician anywhere, and WhatsApp is basically global, as long as you've got a smartphone, we are able to coach people from every part of the world. And we're talking about basically being able to change people's lives from every part of the world. So that is basically how we use the internet and smartphones and stuff to help people. We provide value to people's lives and saving their lives. That's what we do. So Jack Ma was basically always found on business blogs. And he says when the world is getting more transparent, the one thing that can solve the biggest social problem will be the biggest winner. So with that, I thank you very much for your attention, and I'll pass you back to the MC.